Hello everyone, it's Friday, January 30th. That means it's time for Friday Sews. I'm going to catch you up on what I've been working on this week in the sewing world and just a little bit of this and that. It's Friday Sews, anything goes, right? I'm Sharon with Sharon Sews and welcome to my channel, a channel all about sewing. If you're new, why don't you hit that subscribe button so you don't miss future videos. Those of you that are coming back, thank you for being here. Let's get into it. You might recognize what I'm wearing. This is my latest Minerva make for their blog. I've got a blog post all about this top. I'll link to that in the description below. And I want to say thank you for all of the positive feedback and comments I received on this. I know that I've said, I'm not going to keep saying I love when I'm sewing, but I do love this top. It is going to get worn a lot. I already know that. It's actually a little too cold out. I keep pointing over there. You don't know this, but there's a big old window over there. So when I look that way, it's because I'm looking outside. Sometimes the dog's running by, sometimes the squirrels are running by, and I get a little distracted. So sorry about that. Focus. It's a little too cold right now to wear it, but I had to wear it for the video because I just love it. And as a reminder, it is Vogue 9347. This is the top pattern that looks like a jacket. I am going to dig through my stash and look for some more blouse fabric to sew another one very soon. In last week's video, I had mentioned that I had ordered from Fabric Mart Fabrics some orange knit fabric. It's a cotton knit. I'd ordered it because I wanted to sew a knit top to go with a pair of floral linen pants that I had sewn. I wasn't sure what pattern I was going to use. Well, what I ended up doing is sewing another one of my favorite. This is 3124. This is from 2001, I believe. I've had it a very long time. I've sewn all the views multiple times, but this is the one I keep going back to over and over. It's just a sleeveless shell. It's darted. It's semi-fitted. I made it a little bit bigger so it'd be a little bit looser. And it's got a cowl neck. This is the orange one. This is the cotton knit. It's mostly cotton with a little bit of lycra in it. And you can see it actually has some structure, some body to it. It's a very nice weight. It's very comfortable to wear. I know I've talked in the past that I don't typically wear turtlenecks, and I don't know, for some reason I like this one. Maybe because I've got skin showing with the sleeveless version. I do typically wear this with some type of a necklace that comes down just a little bit to kind of give a little bit of a breakup in that big expanse of color. I have also sewn this recently in black. You might recognize this top also. This is the one I wore with my long that I thought was brocade. Is actually taffeta. Who would have thought about it? And thank you. It was Jane, I believe, who left that comment asking, are you sure it's not taffeta? It looks and sounds like taffeta. And it is indeed taffeta. If you're not sure what I'm talking about, here's a picture of the skirt that I am referring to. And I'll also leave a link to that full review video. But look at the difference. I wanted to show both of them to you to show you what a difference your fabric can make. This is the cotton lycra knit, a little more structure. This is a rayon knit. They're the exact same size. This is going to look more fitted when you're wearing it because it's a little heavier, a little beefier, and it's going to flow a little bit more. Probably going to sew myself another one. I had a pink one that I wore all the time, and it hasn't turned up yet since we moved. We've been here 18 months now, actually longer than 18 months. So I'm pretty sure it somehow didn't make the move. So I'm gonna have to make myself another pink one. In last week's video, I also talked about the progress of this big shirt. I was really liking the way it was turning out. And now that it's done, I'm very pleased with it. This is 1744 Vogue big shirt. This is a cotton voile from Minerva, and I did receive the fabric in exchange for writing a blog post on their website, and that blog post will be up on Saturday, January 31st. I will link to my maker page on the Minerva website, and then you can go read all about it. I will have a full video review of this top next Tuesday, and there's a couple things that I really liked about it, but I did have a couple little issues with the pattern that I do want to point out to you. As I said, I'm very pleased with it, and I do plan to make myself another big shirt yet this season. Oh, I have to share this with you before we go. I mentioned that I did French seams. Every seam inside is a French seam. Well, I texted Carmen and Jen, letting them know that I just did the most fabulous French seam I've ever done. It was perfect, perfect. And then I realized I did it inside out. So my French seam was on the outside of the shirt. Fortunately, this fabric doesn't ravel a lot. It has a loose enough fit that if I lost 1/8 of an inch redoing that seam, we were okay. But darn it, don't do that when you do your French seams. Make sure you start the right way with the wrong sides together. Just goes to show it doesn't matter how long you've been sewing, you still make silly mistakes. No new patterns to share with you this week. I did notice that Vogue Patterns was on sale online again just a couple days ago. And McCall's patterns were on sale online maybe a week previous to that. So it makes me wonder if perhaps we're going to see new spring McCall's and Vogue patterns soon. I don't need any more patterns, but I do still like to see what they put out. I'm going to get sucked into wanting to buy 1 or 2 or 3. It'll be fun to see if they do indeed come out soon. I have absolutely nothing, zero planned for sewing for next week. We still have the personal thing going on in our life and taking up a little bit of time, and small groups have started with my church this week. And my husband and I go to a small group, and then I have joined a women's small group. So obviously that takes up time. The one thing that I am thinking about sewing is an apron. These lovely little fabrics here. I bought this little heart fabric, conversation heart, candy hearts. I like those little things. I know they're all sugar, but I do like them, and that's why I don't buy them, because I will eat them and I don't need to eat all that extra sugar. So I found this conversation heart fabric. I think it was at my local quilt shop. I did purchase it a couple months ago. It might have been S.R. Harris. And I purchased it thinking it'd be a really cute apron. Now here's the deal. I don't cook or bake a lot, but well, I shouldn't say that because I do cook, obviously, dinner every night. I don't necessarily like it that much, but when I do cook or bake, I always wear a half apron. So I enjoy making seasonal aprons. So I thought this would be a very cute little Valentine apron, and then I just needed to pick up some fabrics to go with it. I had these pinks on hand already, but that's a lot of pink, isn't it? So I found this little lilac that I thought pulled out the purple conversation heart, and I didn't even realize it until I went to cut. It's a gradient. No, gradient, is that the right word? Doesn't matter. How cool is this? How fun is that? And it's gonna work just fine because this is the part that I'm going to use. I like to make up my designs when I sew an apron. I don't use a pattern. So if I do indeed make up an apron pattern for my Valentine apron, and I like it, I'll film a tutorial for you, because if I like it, you might like it too. I do want to mention another Instagram sewing challenge. It is hashtag BHM Pattern Designers, and that stands for Black History Month Pattern Designers, and it runs February 1st through the 28th, 2021. All of the information can be found at sewnaturaldane.com. I will link that in the description below, and all the rules and the rules to enter will be on that website. Basically, you do have to have an Instagram account, and you're going to need to tag 2 different people. Use the hashtag BHM Pattern Designers for your entry to be counted. And you can use any pattern from any Black pattern designer, and that includes pattern designers that have created for the Big 4 pattern companies. On the website, there's also quite a comprehensive list of Black owned pattern designers. If you maybe are looking for a new designer that you are unfamiliar with, check it out. And again, I'll link the information below. Go to the website, check it out for yourself. Leave me a comment if you think you're going to participate, and leave me a comment with your Instagram handle so that I can find you on Instagram. If I'm not following you, I want to be following you. Another fun sewing event that is coming up, well, besides the sewing expos that I talked about, I think 2 videos ago, is World Frocktails. It's virtual this year, as most everything else is. And you can go to worldfrocktails.com. This runs February 8th through the 13th. There's a cost for this one. It looked like $35, and then there's other options that you can add on to that, but $35 for the main ticket to participate. I will leave a link to that website in my description below. Go check it out. That could be where I could wear my fabulous skirt that I sewed for New Year's Eve for Frocktails. I haven't decided yet if I'm going to participate. I'm not sure if I'm going to be available to participate. But I would love to hear if you're going to participate. Leave it in the comments below. That is it for Friday Sews this week. I feel so boring. I hardly did any sewing this week. And I don't even have anything specific planned except for my Valentine apron. What are you working on? Let me enjoy the sewing world through your projects. Leave them in the comments below. What did you work on last week? What are you going to work on next week? Maybe I will be inspired to do what you're doing. Thumbs up if you liked the video or you want to support my channel. Subscribe if you haven't subscribed yet. And until next time, I do hope you have a blessed day and happy sewing.